Alright, how we doing, guys? We have our next Jailer Love incoming now. We'll see if we get lucky with an AV spawn. Well, that was good timing. Nova, thank you for the sub, man. Casting on the ads here. The mothership. You've never fought Jailer Love before or any type of mob like this? Does Eden have C yet? I don't recall. I don't think it does, but I could be wrong. I think Brutal Earring just got added. Never seen any of this before. Okay. Yeah, Jailer Love is a little bit different. I don't know what you could really compare it to. But C, when you get to the last Jailer, Jailer Love, you have a slim chance of getting Absolute Virtue for some of the best items on this server, including Insash, Mars Ring, Arrow, whatever you want to call it, the magic accuracy increasing weapon. Jailer Love, you typically have someone keep hate and stand far away. It doesn't come right up on you, just like all the UFOs do. And then you have all these deities that you see just kind of chip away at its HP, and the Black Mages and Rangers do their own thing, with Black Mages taking out the ads for us, and the Rangers taking the DD duty to help chip it down just that much faster. It has a lot of HP, so you want to try to take it down as quickly as you can. But there's just certain things about Jailer Love that are a little bit different. It's kind of hard to explain if you've never done it before, but and its HP regen is very high until after so many ads. Eventually it'll just, every 2.5 minutes it'll just do sharks instead of like goldfish and the different looking mobs. And once it starts doing that, its HP regen tick is much lower. Alright, here's the sharks. I waited like a half a second after he said go because I'm sub-red mage. I forgot to switch to sub-summoner. Perfect. Got him a new microphone. I need to get a new headset eventually. I know I don't sound very good when I use it on Discord, but I know this mic I'm using for the streams works pretty good. But the setup for it between the two PCs takes a little bit longer than just popping in my wireless headset. But I know it doesn't sound as good, so sometimes when I'm giving instructions it doesn't sound very good. there's more ads. What are you up to, by the way, Zero? This jailer love's about halfway dead, going at a relatively good pace. Same as last night. Sitting at Burning Circle for Die by the Sword. Did a run last night. Got Wyvern Earring. Cool. I mean, that's a pretty good drop. I don't know how much those are worth right now. I think I use one for my Dark. I think when I bought mine, I didn't do the BCNM. I just bought it. I think it was 200k, something like that. Okay, so it's gone up a little bit. 340, 360. Yeah, it's a really good drop. Underrated drop from that also is Magician's Earring for the MP plus 30. If you sub Summoner on Black Mage, gives you a nice MP pool. It's not worth hardly anything though, but they're hard to find. I don't see them in the auction house very often. Wonder if I went deaf in the Discord. I haven't heard anything in a while. But no Monami, whatever you want to call it, Monimi scroll yet. If I remember right, that's the main thing you're after, like everybody else. Nah, I was too late. Oh well, they're gonna die. They actually lived. Going. Alright, they're dead. Sorry, Nova, I didn't go with the group. I was too slow. Ticklish Squirtle, sweet name by the way. Just started out on Nasomi. You are new to Final Fantasy XI, so you haven't played ever, or did you play in retail? No, oh, you cast it twice. Okay, I feel slightly less guilty then. You would think though you could just cast again and it'd be dead since we have so many. Ever. Well, if you need any advice on how to do stuff, if you have any questions or whatnot, please let me know. You're also welcome to the Zengarden link shell, which is my link shell. We have about 185 people in it. And in the Discord, we post all kinds of aid. We do, once you get to like in-game stage, we do like Dynamis wins. If you need help with rank missions, COP missions, stuff like that, we do that occasionally too. But we help you with your progress if you choose. Some people like to just kind of go alone at it. But you're always welcome to the link shell and or the Discord if you want it, and we will help you best we can. We've actually had a few people recently that have joined who haven't ever played it ever, which is kind of weird because the game is so incredibly old. You would think most people who play it played on retail, but for some reason Ticklish Squirtle, thank you for the follow, man. But for some reason, it's become kind of a trend, I guess, that people are trying it for the first time ever. Maybe they play 14, and they're kind of Googling stuff, researching stuff, and they come across it, and then they gain interest in it. That'd be my only theory, or maybe they just like, well, I never played 11 before, and they look it up. HP down, and... Hey, AV! Now it's time for the big portion here. I could actually use Zenziku. The only thing he's good for, treasure hunter and K-clubbing stuff. You like older, grindy games? Well, you came to the right one. 14 was meant to you? Yeah, I liked 14. It was just very easy. I mean, I got max level and basically all of the best gear possible within a 6-month span, and I work a lot. So the fact that I got that far that fast, I mean, there's been people on the server for 4 years and they don't have half the stuff. So it's a grind, especially on the early going. It's going to be hard for you until you get to probably 20s, 30s where you can actually farm certain things, camp certain things to get money, to get, you know, your actual progress in. So it's a grind for sure. Hated the forced story quests. I mean, you do have to do a little bit of the rank quests to gain access to other areas, to get gear and get whatnot, but you don't have to do a lot of it. Chains from Anthe is something you're not going to like, for sure. That's incredibly grindy, incredibly hard. Not as much as retail was, but close enough. Nova, I'm pretty interested. Pretty new to the in-game content. Still need a few dino wins. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I thought you already were in Zen Garden. We did Bastok last night, and I was a dip, and I forgot that the last NM that you do to spawn the Mega Boss has ally hate, and we just burned so much time on it that by the time we were about to pull and kill the boss and get the win to be done, we ran out of time. So very dumb on my part, but we usually, I mean, we got Diny Windy win recently, we got Dyna Sandy. Dyna Sandy is by far the easiest, but any Dyna wins we do constantly, and not a lot of people do them anymore on the server, so we try to keep that alive. What's your in-game character name, Squirtle? Is it the same thing? We'll get our parties formed up here and we'll do our first attempt at taking down AV. We'll give Nova one in case you want it. If not, you can throw it away. And I'll send out some Discord invites afterwards. Hi there, I just started Nasomi today and did a quick forum search for link shells and yours popped up. Okay. Hello. Why is Zoro just getting one shot? He is keeping AV from despawning. We're holding it while we get gathered up and do our first attempt. Cool, I am streaming Absolute Virtue right now, but I can pearl ya and send ya Discord soon. Nice to meet ya. Oh, you're welcome, man. I can't type. I can't. Oh, I just typed too fast is my problem. He says hello, stream. Oh yeah, sorry. What's the name? I mean, I can switch to Thief if they want me to, but I imagine they want Dark. Oh man, I don't have my fireworks for either character. Man, everyone's really active today. Let's see, for Zen Garden we have, looks like Dynamis Falcrum's in the lead right now for the next event. Yeah, if you've never, excuse me, if you've never been to Caesar, it's pretty unique. Like I like the little footstep effects, and you have mobs that spawn underneath you, like the little blue sharks you've seen, and up in the sky are the big UFO looking things. Like there's a shark under the water. Pretty cool, man. Really cool design. I'm gonna zone in real quick and then grab those. And I gotta remember everybody's names since I put that posting up. Let's do this. It'll be the easiest way. What, cat? Got way too much crap. Let's see, I can grab some of these. Oops, I don't need those. Let's grab some of these, some of those. That'll work. Okay. Pretty sweet little cutscene. Alright, now let's head back, and then I'll get that done for the people that have been asking. Alright. There we go, that way you guys have it. Do, do, do. Alright, we're about to do our first wave of AV. It's taking a little bit longer than it should be to get formed up, and then we'll take our first attempt at it. I will be right back. 2 seconds. Thank you for the follow and the sub today. And I will get a link shell to Upbeat once this is over as well. I'm trying to make sure I remember all these names. So BRB, 2 seconds. Alright, we are back. Alright, we'll launch a few fireworks. Looks like we're about ready though. Pop my carbonara. $1,930. I just need a... I'm trying to think if there's any pieces. I need a +1, the shield. I do need a pair of +1 dust gloves. And I guess I could use intruders instead of wyvern, but that wouldn't work for this particular one. Handful of people watching. Hope you guys are having a good Saturday. Oh, Sunday now, isn't it? Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, wherever you are. Possibly a Monday for some of you. Appreciate the follows and the subs today. We're going to take our first attempt at one-shotting AV. I think we've done it once. It's all a gamble. Depends if he AoE stuns you or not. But we'll take our first attempt and see if we can do it again. What do you want, Cat? Oh yeah, you got something you want to say? Yeah? That it? Nothing else to say? Sometimes she's super chatty, sometimes she's dead quiet. There's no in between. Trap. No. It's a pretty nice set of HP, 21, 26. Blade, what's going on, man? NAS server is up. I am downloading games now. Yeah, it's up. It very rarely goes down. If it does, it's only for a moment. He's usually actually pretty good about making sure it's always up. What are you up to, man? Just downloading different games? Party bug. I'd be happy if you could just fix that more than anything. I've disconnected so many times just because I was like in the middle of an action when we invited somebody and got the party bug and crashed. Download very slow. Are you downloading Nasomi? It's going very slow. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't had to re-download it in a long time, and I think the last time I did it, it took me like maybe 30 minutes. But I think it just depends how you do it. I think I used uTorrent to download it, but I don't remember. It's been a long time. But I have downloaded it from, whoa! The heck was that? Cat like knocked my controller out of my hands. Feel free to clip that, I guess. She like went full speed. Completely took it out of my hands. Is it still working? I got movement. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, I need to switch my macro set to the Dark Knight. Still remember your old account back in 2005? Oh, your old retail account? What server were you on? And thank you for the follow, by the way. I didn't catch it, but thank you for that. Cars. Oh, is that your character name? I was asking the server name. I thought you meant like Carbuncle. or Cerberus or something, something like that. Finally got her going. I had quite a few people that have started today. I don't know if it's a surge, and I guess it is that time of year where we're getting to the holidays and people are at home more and looking for stuff to do. Yeah, play free games, Nest, stay home, be safe from COVID, don't catch the virus. There's been a couple times where I got close, where I thought I might have had it, but I've gotten lucky so far. I've had some people that I work with and some people in my family that have had it. Alright, here we go. Buff time. We're going to make our first attempt now. Wish us luck. Make sure I got all the correct gear on because I have accidentally had the wrong pants on. Geek Mantle. I still need to get an in sash. I've just been really lazy and I don't really care if I get one or not. All I use it for is zerging anyway, but yeah, I got everything, looks like. Nice. So much activity. There we go. I'm muting every single channel that comes up that keeps popping up on my Discord. Okay, got pretty much all my buffs. I'm gonna do dread spikes here in a sec. Once the bard songs get going. Why can't I see my downloading in screen top left? Don't know exactly what you're talking about. I'd have to see it. Alright, here we go. Get my dread spikes up. Party bug. Thank you. I'll check the slash tail here in a second. HP I got now. 2,193. Nice. I am ready. Here we go. Swinging away. Did he already stun us? Yes, he did. We just need to get him the bracelets. Chipping away, chipping away. I think Zin's down. Yep, Zin's down. We got him down to bracelets. Meteor killed everybody. Thank you for the raise. I'm happy with that first attempt. Wasn't Zerging nerfed in retail? Yeah, I think it was at one point. Since we're not doing like the whole lockout 2 hours thing, it's not technically accurate now. Alright, we're gonna get my 2-hour reset. Celery? Thanks, hon. My wife brought me celery and ranch. Okay. Like the bottom right, it says like downloading data and it just stays there. Yeah, that's a bug. Oh, I forgot I died on Uka too, didn't I? Yep, getting up. Let's see how lucky we get with our Corsair rolls. Need 5s and 6s. Yeah, Taru HP is going to be trash, unfortunately. I guess I should. I guess I should go switch Uka to Corsair. Yeah, Taru's popular for sure. I thought about having Uka as one, since she's mainly all mages, but there's just so many people that do human or Galka, Taru. Although you can always change your race if you didn't know that once you have like a level 30 skill. So any level 30 craft, after you do that, you can go on the website and change your race to whatever you want. I think you can change it twice total. What job are you gonna level up? Black Mage? Gonna go for Bard. I mean, that's a very good way to get a job to 75 really fast. Switch into Corsair. Well, it looks like one of our Dark Knight groups got reset. Bard gets fast party invites. Yeah, they absolutely do. Winter, since I played mostly red mage. I said blue and red mage. Black mage, sub red mage, miss being human. Really, miss being human, huh? My PC can't use PS4 or PS2. Like the controller? Hey, nice job. I use a pretty cheap, honestly kind of crappy one. I end up getting a new one every year. But I also use it every day. So I just use the Logitech. I think it's like a 310. They're like maybe $11 on Amazon. But I should just cave in and just buy like a nice $50 controller that'll last me years, but I just buy one every year. Hey, a 5. Was that for me? It was. Heading back. Does Walmart have it? Maybe? But I don't know off the top of my head. You could always go there and see what they have. I always just get it off Amazon. I try to avoid going to the store as much as possible right now, if I can help it. And then you can configure your controller to the like FFXI config, whatever folder that's in, and I've never had issues with configuring it. Switch modders works really good on one of my PCs, but for some reason I can't get it to work on my newer one. If you dual box. Get back to camp without me aggroing that shark. We're actually hurting a little bit on resetters. Oh yeah. Nice. I think we got all the main people that we needed. Reset. Yeah. Here we go. 2. 20% downloading fast. Torrent. Yeah, I think the very first time, like I said, when I downloaded it, it was very slow. But after, I think I used uTorrent at the time. After I did it with that, it took like 30 minutes and everything worked fine. I put parties. Thank you, man. Resetting some resetters. No pressure. 4. Oh, I need to switch back to Black Mage too. My favorite food in real life or in the game? Real life. I mean, I don't mind barbecue. I pretty much eat anything. The only things I don't like is I'm not a fan of tomatoes. That's probably my number one thing is tomatoes. I don't like, which sucks because I love how tomatoes look, and like I love the smell of tomatoes, but I just can't get past the taste of them. But favorite wise, seafood pastas are probably my big thing. A really good shrimp like linguine, Italian food, really good. Yeah, tomatoes are like the only thing I can't stand. Olives, both olives, I don't like either of those. But I can handle those. Like if they're on a pizza or something, it don't bother me any. Don't eat pizza anymore, it makes you fat. Luckily for me, I don't really have to worry about that too much, but as I get older, I do have to pay more attention to it. It's, if I have to, like, drop weight, it doesn't take me very long, and I don't have to do a whole lot compared to how some people have to. But it used to be really bad, like, I used to have too high of a metabolism, so like I would take in like 5,000 calories a day just to keep my body weight. And luckily as I've gotten older, that's gone away for the most part. But it was like that until like my early 20s. You're a world record holder if that's the case. Try and use fireworks for good luck. I think we have everybody reset, but we're trying to get all our resetters reset best we can. We're not doing so good so far. 4. I rolled a what, a 2? Double 4s. One. Three. Do you need me to yell for some help? If you are watching and you would like to aid us, if you have Corsair available and your 2-hour available, we're a little low on resetters. If you're able to come and help throw a 2-hour gamble for us, yeah, that was our last one, and see if we can get our resetters reset, I would appreciate it. If you are able to, please gather at Tav Safehold. If you are unable to, I understand, but any help is appreciated. Rank missions aren't too bad. I would say 5-1 with the skeletons and the very last one for Sandy with all the orcs and the war machine. Those can be kind of difficult, but the rest you can pretty much solo. Well, more or less. Alright, time for our second attempt at AV. Pop my carbonara. Make sure I change my pants too. Wow, it's been that long. I guess time flies. It just depends how lucky you get with that AoE stun too. I guess it just depends. I've had a couple people show up. I poop at parties as a resetter. You can invite him if you need. Yeah, Poopy, weren't you an Elven at one point? Super long time ago? Channel getting famous? No, not at all. There's not near as many that watch as they used to, but Nasomi is also not nearly as popular as it used to be. When we first did AV, I think we had an audience of like 75, 80, but that was when I think only Top Shelf and Yes had killed it before. And now pretty much every in-game Link Shell can, so there's that. And I stopped streaming for a long time because I got really busy in real life, bought a house, got married, all that fun stuff, and I just recently came back. So I'm just now starting to get my stride again, so I certainly enjoy it though, for sure. I appreciate you guys' support. Started as an Elven. Okay, I thought so. No, I don't have any kids. Not yet. And 2. Alright, here we go. Round 2, let's see if we can two-shot this. Because if not, we're going to definitely need more resetters. Party bug. Yeah, we might need you for the reset, Arma, depending. Yeah, he's just keeping it from despawning. Tire sacrifice triggers TH5. Thank you, sir. Everyone's having newborns. Yeah, 75 Thief is what I usually use for progress and farming and whatnot. I've never been very good at like crafting. Well, I've just never dedicated to any sort of craft ever. I never had a craft in retail. I don't have any craft on Nasomi or Eden. I looked into it a couple of times, and it's definitely worth it if you put the effort in. But I just don't have the patience for it, I guess. And also, I don't know which one I would even do. I would say maybe goldsmithing, but that one's probably the hardest one to do. Cooking's a good one, yeah, for sure. I know a lot of people that do just cooking. They just restock fruit parfaits and the pizzas and whatnot. Red curry buns, if you can get a hold of the dragon meat, for sure. I think a stack of plus ones is like 300k or more. No, not at all. Got a handful of resetters going now. Looks like Golem showed up too. It's not fun to watch anymore. Yeah, I can understand that. Smithing's pretty fun. I have miners chasing me trying to sell their ores. Yeah, there was a big old mining boom there for a while. A bunch of people were making good money doing the mining, and it's finally starting to crash a bit. I don't know if it's just because people aren't buying them or there's just too many in the market. But mining parties are always fun. Can you place two screens at the exact same times? I tap back and forth. I just have the two separate screens on the stream so you can see both. Or you can do switch monitor and just have a button on your controller be your switch, so you can just tap it and it'll switch between the two. If you choose to dual box. There's some people that will never dual box no matter what. On Nidhogg, a server, I'll advertise it since we have about 25 people watching. Nidhogg is a server that is coming out in November. So the only differences that I can really point out between like Nasomi Eden and how Nidhogg is different. Nidhogg you can't dual box, which will suck for some people, but you won't be able to solo a lot of missions anymore. It'll also basically drive the price of everything up because you can't, you know, dual box a lot of areas that you could otherwise not be able. You get what I'm saying. Anyway, but it'll drive the prices up on everything, and it won't oversaturate the markets as much, and it would suck at one point, but at the same time, it would make what you have more valuable. So that's one part with Nidhogg. Also, it's coded in a way, I guess, for certain jobs to be a little bit more retail accurate. Like Blue Mage, I guess Nidhogg has the most accurate Blue Mage coding, but that's only if you are into Blue Mage. How do you police dual box? That's a good question. I like Nasomi and Eden. I mean, I have characters on both. I started on Nasomi. I've been on here since 2016. Oh, we're starting, by the way. But I like both. And Eden has its perks. There's certain things on Eden you can get that you can't get on Nasomi and vice versa. Like C is like what we're doing now is not available on Eden, but E&Ms is available on Eden. Assaults are available on Eden. You just kind of have to see what you want. And you also want to think of the future too, because Eden has a lot of content coming out constantly. Nasomi not so much, but that doesn't mean that shouldn't turn you away from Nasomi either. I like both. And Nidhogg I'm going to play a little bit too to advertise a server because the people that run it are some people that I know. So there's lots of servers to choose from. You just kind of got to see which one's right for you. I don't mind playing on separate ones because I don't care how slowly I progress. Alright, we need to knock this one out. Wish us luck, and wish us luck on our drops. Dunes on Eden sucks. Yeah, I mean, Dunes in general sucks. Eden has definitely taken over in population. Party bug. And there's no party bug. Getting ready here. Mino Gino, thank you for the follow, man. Here we go. And hopefully this party bug doesn't screw me. Go for it. Got no choice. We screwed it up. We just gotta make it the comeback of the century now. And it's going good, it's going good. All right, we got her. All right. Nice job. I can't pass him until that party bug's fixed. Thank you. Nice K-Club. Thanks, man. Good luck with AV. Hey, thanks. Which server would you recommend for a newcomer to the game? In any of them. I mean, like I said, if you want... The early game scene on both is hard. Like, it's going to be a headache for you, and you're going to be having no gil, you're going to be struggling, but it makes it more worth it in the end. I would recommend either server. Eden has a little bit more of a population now compared to Nasomi, and you can sync to any level, well, between 10 and 75. So you don't have to worry, which, I mean, that means you're going to have a lot of camping in the same areas, you're going to have a lot of people in the dunes, you're going to have a lot of people in K-Tunnel. But if you're trying to level quickly, that's one way to do it. Also, like on Eden, you have arrow burns, you have black mage burn parties, which you have black mage burn parties on Nasomi too, but not really until like the mid 50s, whereas on Eden it's in the 20s. And also, like in Dynamis on Nasomi, you get XP, you get merits really quickly that way. Eden, you don't get any XP at all. Also, Dynamis in Eden is every 3 days versus every 24 hours, or every reset rather, or daily. Sean, how many link shells are doing Absolute Virtue now? I'd say like 5 or 6 or more. Quite a few. Eden population been booming. Yeah, I think when I played on Eden the other day, it was around 1,000. All right, bringing Uka's Black Mage back out. I think we have one more left, and for this Jailer Love, if it does not drop if it doesn't spawn an AV, we'll be done. But I don't think we got the greatest drops that time. I think we got all the guaranteed ones and maybe one of the 50% ones. Nice to see more people doing it. Yeah, AV is very common now. Oh yeah, I need to get my 2-hour reset. What am I doing? Well, I guess it doesn't matter until JOL's down. PCMD lead. I'll answer some of you guys' questions here in a second. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up and everything. Is building a relic as hard as retail was? Hell no. Building a relic is way easier on here. I think in retail, let's say you're doing Excalibur. Retail, I want to say in its heyday was worth about 100 to 110 million when I did it. I have Excalibur on Ukazna as my alt that you see running right now. And I think Excalibur on this server, it costed me 18 million, not even close. Top Shelf, RFK, Ascension, Triumph, and yes, I think Unfortunate can also do it. Misfortune, which is now Unfortunate. I think the leader got banned or something. Building a relic in Eden is era hard, yeah, especially since you have a 3-day lockout. Yeah, making a relic on S is a joke. Unfortunately, it kind of is, yeah. You can get your paper with a group of like 2 people. A couple people dual boxing to spawn and kill the NM and pray that you get the drop. And you can just go again every single day until you get it. What does the boss drop? Which boss? Absolute Virtue? That's cool if you never got to experience it in retail. Yeah, absolutely. They're in Ascension now? Okay, I think I've seen that link shell around. It's roughly the same color. It's like a charcoal color. Nasomi doing Nasomi things worked in my favor the other day. Got 65k guild points from a weird bug. Not complaining. Nas needs to fix fishing bug. Yeah, I've seen that kicking a few times on people trying to fish up angel skins. Yeah, there's some weird bugs that are kind of still a pain. Ghosting used to be really bad on Nasomi. Every time you would zone, you have to zone back in and out a couple of times to where you were not ghosted. That's not nearly as bad, but there's still the party bug. There's still a lot of... I think there was an issue where, like, if you accidentally tried to go to the Mog Garden from your Mog house, it would put you in, like, a limbo zone, and you could not get out until he himself tried to reset you or whatnot. Like, you could do the unstuck feature, but I don't think it worked. Big love for this game. It's nice to see that still alive. Yeah, man, for sure. I think that's why I kind of chose to play on a variety of servers, because I'm not really biased. Like I said, I'm probably the worst person to ask which server should I start on. It just depends. It depends what you like. I mean, you can start on a server, get some levels in. If you don't like it, you can try another one. I think on Eden I'm only like level 22, but I've been doing a little bit of work here and there on that, and any server that comes up that I have some sort of interest in, I play a little bit on and advertise, just to kind of, for the same reason, to keep the game alive. And it is nice to see how many people playing this after so many years. There's not a whole lot for me to really do on the Nasomi anymore besides help people, which I enjoy doing. That's the whole point of Zen Garden. There's only a couple things that I really need, and I'm in no hurry to get them. Like Insash from AV, that'd be great one day, but I don't care. The only thing I'm going to use it for is Zerging. What else do I not have? I don't have A-Body and I don't have N-Legs. That's pretty much it. And I don't have Herald's Gators. I used to have a pair, but I don't anymore. If SE did an official Classic server, I think they said last year that they officially were not going to do it. I think they said they don't technically have the equipment to even make it possible anymore, or the info or the files, whatever. But according to them, they're not going to, but you never know. For the Discord, yeah, if you want help in game, you can /tell Zenzaku your character name, and I'll send you a Discord invite after a little bit. PD Galco, what's going on, man? Maybe they said we can't just to throw everyone off. Maybe. Dark Eclipse, what's going on, man? Did Blizzard say the exact same thing about Classic? Well, I don't know. They didn't have the data for that anymore. I'm not very knowledgeable with World of Warcraft. I have played on it before, back in the heyday, and I enjoyed it a little bit, but not as much as 11, so I didn't get very far. But, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they said that. If Nasomi can run and recreate a private server by himself, there's no doubt Square Enix can. Well, yeah. I don't doubt that either. I think Nasomi is kind of tired is a good way to put it, because when I first started playing on Nasomi back in 2016, all the way up until like late 2019 or mid 2019, heard something from him like every month at least, and he would do like a live stream here and there on like YouTube or whatnot, and you could ask him questions and he would give you information on what would be coming even if it didn't happen. He was trying to get something to work, and he hasn't done that in a couple of years now, or almost 2 years now. So, but then again, if I was running a private server by myself for years, I'd be tired of it too. Yeah, it wasn't fully by himself, I understand that. He used to have other people more involved in it too at one point, and I think he kind of got burned on a couple of them, so I think he's pretty reluctant to have people help him. And I mean, he puts a lot of effort in it, and he wants it ran his way, and I understand that. But he had a lot of helping with the coding and whatnot too, don't get me wrong. Yeah, exactly. But that's one thing that you just got to be careful of if you decide to play on Nasomi. If you want to be really careful how you approach certain things, if you get bugged out, or I've had a situation where I had like 60 million gills stolen off of my character. It'll take you months to get it back, and luckily when that happened to me, the population wasn't as high as it is now. It still took about 10 weeks, 8 to 10 weeks to get it back. And now, I mean, if that happens to you, it could take 6 months or more. There are some people that are on Eden who are almost 75 and they're still waiting on... They started playing on Eden because something happened to them on NAS and they were trying to get it fixed, and that their turn still hasn't come yet. And they're almost 75 on Eden while they're still waiting for their Nasomi character to be fixed. Right, yeah, I understand both sides of it. There was a period at one point where some hacker in Malaysia was going through all private servers, and he hit a lot of really old accounts on the Nasomi and Eden, and they all got fixed, but I was one of those ones that got hit. That's how I lost it. Probably about 2.5 years ago. Audioholic 20, thank you for the follow. I've had quite a few follows the last couple of days as I've kind of gotten back into streaming more regularly. My new house, I can actually have this nice little setup here in the basement. It's nice and big, and I'm surrounded by concrete, so I don't have to worry about my wife getting mad that I'm being too loud. Toltam, thank you for the follow, man. And I've been trying some different style streams to anyone that wants it for Rafrod. Rat fraud. Huh, that was crappy. 171. I'm a collector, I can't help it. Sadly feels like with how old NAS is and the content drought, that is why a lot of people are jumping ship to Eden. Yes, more than likely, and he's well aware of that, I'm sure. A lot of seem to have changed. I don't recognize a single person's name on here. Yeah, a lot of the old school people no longer play, or they got banned. But since I came back, I've been trying some different content, and I actually tried a Final Fantasy XI ASMR video last night, and it actually was very successful. I'm quite surprised. But there's a few things I actually want to start streaming besides Final Fantasy XI. There's if you're like an old school, like old school Final Fantasy player of like the NES and Super Nintendo ones, they have a Final Fantasy VI mod called, I can't remember if it's Return of the Dark Sorcerer or Legend of the Dark Sorcerer. I think it's Return. And I've actually been wanting to stream that because I think that'd be a good change of pace. Sean, thank you for the follow, man. But I was going to try a little bit of different content like that, and then I also want to try some like old school Resident Evil 2 mods. Just a variety of things I want to play. I know that that's not going to be very popular because people who do watch want to see me play 11, but I do want to play something a little different. Maybe like once a week or maybe once every couple of weeks, just try something. Yeah, I can't hear in a minute. You'll have to slash tell Zenzaku in a game for it. Firefly, hello. About 30 people watching the stream. Hope you guys are having a good Sunday evening, Monday morning, depending where you are. And had quite a few followers the last couple of days. I think we've had like 15 new followers in the past 24 hours. So thank you so much for that. Mr. Goddard, thank you for the follow, man. Thank you, Everett. In last 24 hours and 30-ish watching at the moment. So yeah, I greatly appreciate it, guys. Sonoru93, thank you for the follow, man. What is your favorite Final Fantasy XI expansion? Here, I'll answer your question. Let me so Upbeat is already done, and then okay, I'll get that done for you. Just give me 1 second. Oh, it's okay, Fly. Thank you. Well, I'll go back to your question is, what was my favorite expansion in Final Fantasy XI? I mean, it just depends. I mean, for Zalart, I really like Sky. The missions are very easy. You can go through those very quickly. Chains Prometheus, I hate the missions, but I love the zones. I love the music that's with the zones. I love the challenge behind it. The Promi areas are, I used to just hang out in those zones for hours with the music playing in the past, just because I enjoyed the atmosphere. Treasures, I liked Besieged. It was okay. I would say probably Treasures is a little bit lower on my spectrum compared to the other two. Maybe it's just a nostalgic reason because that came out later. Wings of the Goddess, I actually really liked. I wish that they either greatly nerfed Dancer and Scholar or they had different jobs. Because Dancer just kind of ruined Sub Ninja. You could heal yourself, you could sneak and invis yourself. It killed that market. It just made the game too easy. And Scholar, with AV, you could Helix burn AV and fun jobs, just too strong. But the Wings of the Goddess, I liked the zones. I liked how they integrated the same zones and gave like a time lapse, kind of like a Chrono Trigger vibe. So you could see like the war and what it looked like beforehand, and then it makes sense why the present day zones look the way they do and stuff like that. I just want the rod, it's cool. Mikas, what's going on, man? Dancer was nuts, yeah, absolutely. Dancer was a cool job, it was just too strong. Hated Chains for Manthea first playthrough, didn't enjoy till did it again. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Whiskey said, oh, it's gifted subs. Askar, what the hell, man? Thanks, man. It's just because it's his link shell. I see how it is. Just kidding, man. Thank you so much. For the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much, man. It's the one event I attend this month, and... Oh, am I randoming for something? I don't know what it's for, but I'm randoming. Yeah, 89, suck it. What, I won something? I was just joking. Oh, I got the rod. Sweet! It doesn't work even, but I'll take it. Sweet. Give it to the Ookster. Oh, is she in the... She's still in tab, isn't she? Oh, no, she's right next to me. Sweet, I won a Raphael's rod, man. I'll take it. Askar, thank you for the sub, man. I got a bunch of questions I'm still catching up on. What was my favorite zone music? Probably the Promi zones. There's also that zone in Treasures where you unlock Corsair and Blue Mage with all like the sunken ships, and it has like all the Medusa looking mobs. I'll have to type it. It's Aid Weta Subterrane, that one? That one's probably it. Because it's got like a creepy... I don't know what to call it, like a creepy old school horror movie vibe. The leader of the Soul Congregation is here. But yeah, Wings of the Goddess, I know a lot of people don't like it, and I think it's just because of the jobs, but the zones and Sandworm, Exion's Cloak was kind of OP, Exion in general, but I like the content, I just wish the jobs were different, and Final Fantasy XI never ever released the job that I wanted them to. And I know it was only, I think in Final Fantasy V, and maybe one other Final Fantasy title, but I was really wanting while the game was still being expanded and made, I really wanted Necromancer to exist somehow. I don't know how they would have done it to where like you were undead, like if people cured you, it would hurt you. But you would have like certain stats, like your defenses or your attack would be really high at certain points, or you could maybe summon undead, or you could control undead, something like that. I was really hoping for something like that, but I don't know how they would do it. Oh yeah, that's right. The reef. That's what I was thinking of. Important on-topic question: which retail Resident Evil is best worst? So by retail you mean like no mods? Well, my favorite is the original RE2. That was the very first one I played. Resident Evil 3 was good. I think it was a little too easy because you're kind of given way too much ammo and way too many weapons. The first RE it was a game that I wasn't a huge fan of when I first played it, and as I gotten older and as I kind of understand it more, I certainly enjoy it. And then Resident Evil kind of died off for me after Code Veronica, which was the last like classic good game in my opinion. A lot of people like 4. I don't, but I understand why people do, because it's not going. It went from like undead zombies to an infected person who is still kind of there. It just wasn't scary. It was just, it became actiony and it wasn't for me. RE5 was okay. 6 I really liked Leon's storyline, but I didn't like the rest of it. 7 I really liked. I know a lot of people don't like 7. But 7 definitely helped bring it back. RE2, Code Veronica. Yeah, those are my top 2. A lot of people like Shiki, like Outbreak. I know some people really don't like Outbreak as well, but it takes a lot of, I guess, skill to play it. If you're really big into like being hardcore at a game, I think that's more up your alley. I'm a casual player. I'm too old and too honestly bad at games now to be hardcore, so it wouldn't be for me, but I understand. Ask in the Discord your best bet for help with that one. And I didn't forget about you, Blade. I'm just trying to catch up on everything here. Oh, that's right, you're a new dad, right? Well, for like the 3rd time. Have you thought about maybe streaming some Outbreak on time? I mean, if you want to laugh, yeah. Parasite Eve, yes, I do plan on playing that as well. The first 2 I really like, especially the first one. The second one was okay, and then after that they kind of went a different direction and I wasn't as big of a fan. Trying to remember how I... Oh, you know what? There you go, Blade. I sent you one. Nice garden pick. Oh, for the icon? Yeah. I just found the first thing that I saw when I searched, like, I needed an image for the Discord, so I was like, that works. Yep, if any others want an invite to the Zen Garden Discord, where I do streams of all three Discords, as well as if you play on Nasomi or Eden or whatnot, especially Nasomi, since I can actually help you more on Nasomi. I did. Oh, I'm just right next to myself, that's why. And if you would like an invite to the Discord, you are more than welcome. You can see when I go live, and you can request help from up to about 200 people now in the Discord. We do a lot of Dino wins and Change from Atheist mission help and whatnot. It just kind of depends what you're after. It kind of comes in waves. Everyone wants the same thing at once, and it progresses, and then people kind of go out, and then a new batch comes in, we start over. So it's kind of an endless cycle. Yeah, Parasite Eve. I haven't played Parasite Eve in probably a decade. I have it though. I know when I do Eden streams, you can see, because I use a different PC, you can see a lot of the games behind me, but I have pretty much any of those that you guys mentioned I can pull off the shelves and show you. I still have the ones I had from when I was a kid. Let's see if there's any... Well, I have certain versions too, like the first one I played of Resident Evil 2 was the N64 version, but I do have the PlayStation version, and I have the PlayStation demo before they released the game. Because I think I have the N64 one right next to me. Yeah, I had it out earlier since I was playing some survivors on it, but that's my copy of the N64 version. And I've taken somewhat good care of it, but I've dropped it a few times, so it doesn't look as good as it could. But yeah, I still have all the boxes for like my old N64 Zeldas, my Conquers, and all the games I had as a kid. Parasite Eve, I have the second one, I think. The second one still in its case, but the first one I have in like a game rental store's case, just because at the time I didn't really care what the condition was as long as I could play it. So it's like a cheap 10-cent plastic case that somehow hasn't cracked yet. Spawning the last two. Yeah. Okay, I had a feeling that we were. I just couldn't remember. I haven't heard anyone say anything in a while, so. Text my wife real quick. Whoa. You're never too poor to afford a good phone case if you're someone like me that drops your phone about 10 times a day on solid concrete. And thank you guys for all the follows today. I think we've had like 15 follows in the past 24 hours. And was trying a variety of different things. You guys have been really accepting of it, so thank you again. And of course, all the subs today too. I can't remember how many there were, like 8 or 9. Especially because of Ascar, so thank you again. If there's any space in the Black Mage party, you can get Uka back in. Son, what's going on, man? How long till AV pops? I've never done it. Could you explain? Well, honestly, we already did it, but we have one more Jailer Love pop, so we'll spawn that and see if it spawns again. And if so, we'll kill it again. But you kill Jailer Love, and there's a percentage chance. I don't know if it's retail accurate or not. Probably not. But I think it's like 30%, something like that, that it'll spawn. And then we'll keep it held. And then we'll get our Zerg party together and take it down in 1 or 2 goes usually. Yeah, I'm dual boxing. I dual box on all servers besides Nidhogg, which comes out. Actually comes out in like a week or so. I'll advertise that server a little bit for those guys since I've known them forever. New private server. Yeah, there's been a few new private servers that have come out, but it'll be a new one for me to advertise. I think before it launches, there's about, and I could be wrong, I think there's like 120 in Discord. Yeah, if you want information on Nidhogg, you could probably honestly just Google it, or you can contact me, or there's a few people I can think of that could give you the... Sorry, someone said something distracted me. But it's I can look for the link to the website as well if you want info on it, but thought I had it already in my description thing, but maybe not. I don't. Let me see. Might have to give it a go. Yeah, for sure. I'm getting information from the guys now. Sorry about that. That's why I paused on you. I'm getting slightly better about not distracting myself, but still not perfect. And yeah, thank you for letting me know that it popped. I'm not helping kill JOL. I'm mainly there to kill AV. But you guys can check it out if you have any questions about it. If you've never experienced it before, some people have been asking about how it works. So pretty cool little fight. Like to check it out, but I wouldn't mind trying it. I'm mostly on Eden right now. Okay, yeah. I've only been playing on Eden on Sunday nights. I may actually hop on probably... I might hop on here in maybe like 4 or 5 hours after the wife goes to bed. That's usually like once I notice she's out, like when I'm hanging out with her, I just kind of sneak off. And then the farther away I get, like the faster I move, and then I make my way to the basement. Like the mature adult I am. Okay guys, I want to make sure I got permission from them. So I'm going to post a Discord link to the Nidhogg server. You can check it out and get some info from them as well. You can ask them questions on how it's going to be coded and maybe if it will be a right fit for you. So I will post that right now. So that is a Discord link to the Nidhogg server. That is coming out in about 7 to 10 days, I believe. Tooldar might be able to tell you more. Hard John, thank you for the follow, man. Mino Gina, oh, you joined a different server. The Nidhogg one, thank you. Let's see, there's, yeah, Poke and Shrinky can tell you quite a bit. Shrinky's one of the admins there. It is Zyphon's, like, the head guy, I believe. I could be wrong. You guys can confirm or deny that. I don't really know a whole lot about the server itself. I have played on it. I tested on it. Found a couple of bugs for them to work on, but as far as I could tell, it played really well. I dual boxed, but once it goes live, my characters will get deleted because I have like the multi-attack dagger and I have like 10 million gil on both characters. Check it out yourself. Yeah, man, absolutely. The website has a countdown as all you know. Oh, okay. Zeldris, what's going on, man? Started on a new era server, gonna be rough and so much fun. Yeah, you're gonna realize how much work you put into your old characters on your old servers. Well, you don't have to quit your old servers, obviously, but when I started on Eden, I realized like I have no OP warps, I have no money, I have no gear, I have no skills, I have no sub job. I mean, it's just, yeah, it was you realize how much you accomplish over the years. You got another new developer today, huh? Cool. Yeah, I wish I could help you more, but all I can do is stream the server for you because I am not tech smart whatsoever. Played on Nasomi for a while, then Eden for a long time, but it's been a year or so since you've been on Eden. Oh, okay. All job 75 on Nasomi, gonna be really rough to start a new one. So if any of the Nidhogg admins are watching, could you elaborate a little bit? We don't have quite as many people that are watching. We have about 35. We're down to kind of like the mid-20s. If you could give some information on how Nidhogg is different from Eden and Nasomi, if you're able to elaborate on that, please do. The only thing I've told them that I know is that you can't dual box, which some really like. So that way it kind of drives the price of everything up. It makes what you have more valuable. But I don't know what else is. What else you guys can answer at this time? Well, there's your answer, John. I don't know what that means, though. I have nothing bad to say about Eden other than there was so much peeling I could never find groups on White Mage. Server was great. People... Yeah, that's one thing about Eden I'm not a huge fan of is you can't power level or you just lose all your XP. But, I mean, there's many ways to get around that. All the arrow burning and different options you have, and you can sync to any level. I mean, that's a huge part of it. On Eden, yeah, like if the power leveler gets hate, the party that's killing the mob does not get XP. Must have. I've only been playing on Eden. I made my character a long time ago just to like secure the name, but I've only been playing on Eden for probably the past month or so, and I've just noticed little things like that. Would like to have your wife play? Absolutely. Yeah, in retail, my whole entire family played, so I understand, especially if you're in the same household, if you're wanting your spouse and whatnot to play with you. That's why I quit Eden, because no one wanted healers, because all of the... Oh, yeah. And that's how Nasomi is for the most part, too. If you're leveling White Mage, especially, it's going to be hard. Red Mage until you're like in your 40s and you can actually refresh and haste. I mean, you're going to struggle. Leaping Lizzie will drop Leaping Boots. Sweet. Yeah, I assume like all of the, like Valkyrie Emperor and all those will drop the tradable, sellable item. Got White Mage to 37, no problem. When I did a White Mage to 75 on the Nasomi, Uka has 75 White Mage. It wasn't too bad, but I also, at that time, I think the population on a high point was like maybe 300. So they kind of had no choice but to invite healers because there wasn't as many power levels at that time. Been about a year or so, but looking forward to leveling White Mage on Nidhogg with a limit on PLing and dual boxing. November 2007. When did Wings of the Goddess come out? 2008? This is why we block chat on the stream. Oh, yeah, you guys got all sorts of coders and programmers and whatnot. Chocobo breeding? I don't know. I mean, I don't know how complex that is to make, but I don't think there's any servers, any private servers that have Chocobo breeding. Wasn't Chocobo breeding Wings of the Goddess? I mean, that sounds like it'd be around that time, yeah. Is that the ones where you had like different colored Chocobos too? I think you could get, and you could summon them anywhere with the whistle. Because I don't think I ever did it. I remember people doing it, but I never did it myself. And I think also like your Chocobo, when you get it, is also very slow, and you have to do certain things to make it faster. You're gonna be doing mythic weapons on Nidhogg. I don't think I ever had any. That's with the Alexandrite, right? Yeah, it certainly sounds familiar. I just don't recall doing it myself, so I couldn't tell you more. I just remember the chocobos being very slow when you first got them. Dark Exion. Yeah, that was fun. I do remember doing that. The Exion cloak was sweet because it gave you refresh and regen. Jailer Love's about dead. I don't know if we have any more pops. I imagine we don't if AV doesn't spawn. But if it does, we'll give it a go. Yeah, I wish you guys look on your server. I know it's difficult to get one off the ground and get a population above 50 after, like, it's pretty easy to have an initial population and then it's hard to keep it and make it grow instead of it declining. Omega, I think, still has a decent pop, but they struggled for a while. And then I knew another guy who started a private server and he had it, I think he had a population average of around like 30 to 50. Held it for a while and then it died off too. So it's a challenge, but once you get up there, it's a little easier to maintain. Once enough time goes by and people have enough time into their character they want to keep working on it, you'll be in the clear. Yeah, I mean, you got nothing to lose. Or you end up like Nasomi and just burn out and shun everybody. But I guess I give that guy, I know people give him a hard time sometimes, but I have a lot of respect for the guy because he puts up with a lot of crap. And if I was him years ago, I would have pretty much said, you know what? Pull the lever and shut the server off. All these whiners. So yeah, keep your wits about you for sure. Because some people on your server, I'm sure, are going to drive you crazy. Yeah, absolutely. Alright, JOL's about dead, and what are we going to get? And don't see nothing. No dice. I don't know what they got drops wise. I'd have to listen in and see what they say. Pretty much everyone has Novios and Novias on the server anymore, so they're not really wanted compared to how they used to be anyway. So it looks like we got one Novio drop. No Novia that time. Looks like nobody needs it either. mean, that wouldn't be a bad gig. Rev, yeah, for sure. Alrighty, guys. Well, it looks like that was our last Jailer of Love pop. So we got one AV and we had some decent drops from it. We didn't get as good as last time, I think, on the one that I was able to go to last time, but really good stream, guys. Thank you so much. I got to do basically everything I wanted to. Got to advertise Nidhogg, got to say kind of more of what I wanted to do besides Final Fantasy 11 with time, and a ton of new follows and subs, so thank you so much for that. Of course, I may be back on a little bit later tonight. I don't know. It might be on Eden, or I might do some stuff on Nest, but I don't know yet, so it'll just depend. I should, you know, not completely ignore my spouse for the rest of the day, so. So, what I'm going to do is pass off the stream to a guy who has played on Nasomi before, and is a Tooler. Thank you for the 100 bits, man. Incredible stream, guys. Going to pass you guys off to a guy named Sober Dragoon X, who does play on the Final Fantasy 11 servers as well, but it looks like he's playing Call of Duty for now. And if you guys play on Nasomi, you want to contact me for the Nidhogg, or Nidhogg, want to contact me, I guess, for the Nidhogg server as well, but contact me for the Zen Garden Discord, or if you want to join the Zen Garden link shell, it's for everybody. If you play on the Nasomi server, highly recommend it. And until the next one, so long, take care, thanks for watching, thank you guys, thank you for the bits and whatnot, and nice meeting you guys as well, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.